Today in Public Eye News, the Keweenaw Mountain Lodge is going up for auction, and more on the possible use of chemical weapons in Syria.
Ryan Gooch takes us around the sunny UP, and Kayla Bridell has updates on a variety of sports today. Hi, I'm Mason Wallace.
And I'm Brianna McLean, and this is Public Eye News. A new exhibit called The Immigration Experience will open at Northern Michigan University's Beaumier UP Heritage Center this Saturday. The exhibit will explore the experiences of immigrants from the first white settlers of the UP in the 19th century to the people coming to the area in 21st century. The opening reception is scheduled in the Beaumier UP Heritage Center located in Grace Hall at NMU for 1 p.m. and admission is free. And the exhibit will be open from April 14th through October 13th. And the Marquette City Commission voted on Monday to amend the budget regarding several upcoming projects. $1.5 million will move from the plan to repair College Avenue, and instead that money will go towards the restoration of Showers Park and the Lighthouse Enterprise Fund. It will also move $250,000 for projects up Presque Isle Avenue, 5th Street, and Homestead as a contingency. The commission also recognized Good Samaritan and volunteer firefighter Terry Flynn for his efforts in saving a man's life in early March.
The Dickinson County Prosecutor's Office, along with the KIND team, announced 5 arrests were made after a drug trafficking investigation. A press release stated undercover officers were involved in the controlled purchase of methamphetamine using an informant on Thursday, April 5th at 6:30 p.m. Once a second controlled purchase of meth occurred, police pulled the vehicle over in Iron Mountain. A 36-year-old Green Bay man was arrested for driving with a suspended license, and a 26-year-old Escanaba man was arrested for parole violations. Additional arrests made included 29-year-old Robert Catula from Minnesota, along with Nicole Mercier of Bark River for delivery and possession with intent to deliver. 34-year-old Jessica Ermansky of Bark River was arrested for 2 counts of possession of meth as well. Currently, the investigation is ongoing and more arrests may be made. And after the verbal threat against Escanaba High School, a 14-year-old boy has been sentenced. Prosecutors reached an agreement for disturbing the peace conviction, which will appear on the juvenile's record. The boy received 6 months of probation plus in-home detention with a tether. The family also paid court fees and costs to Bay Pines Correctional Facility.
The Keweenaw County Board of Commissioners voted unanimously on Monday night to put the Keweenaw Mountain Lodge up for auction. The auction will be on July 16th at 10 a.m. at the Keweenaw Mountain Lodge. There will be open bids only, and 10% must be paid the day of the auction, and another 10% must be made within 48 hours, and the rest of the money must be paid within 45 days of the original purchase. A winning bidder will be required to enter into a purchase agreement with the county following the auction. The purchase agreement is being developed and will be available for review by bidders and members of the public within 2 weeks. And average gas prices statewide are nearly unchanged in the past week, according to AAA Michigan. The Dearborn-based Auto Club said late Sunday that the average price for self-serve regular unleaded gasoline was about $2.68 per gallon. Prices are about 11 cents more than at the same point last year. Michigan's lowest average price was about $2.63 per gallon in the Flint area, and the highest was about $2.71 for the Detroit area. AAA Michigan surveys daily fuel prices at 2,800 gas stations across the state. And after the break, we'll have your national and international news. Stay tuned.
Time on Frontline.
This isn't about who they are. This is about who we are.
The life and politics of a maverick.
John McCain fused together 2 almost opposing concepts. He is all about duty and he is all about dissent.
And what it tells us about America today.
In some ways, McCain is a pioneer of the politics I think we're going to get. And in some ways, I think he's the last of a breed of something we're losing.
Tonight at 10 after American Experience on Public TV 13.
Welcome back. National Guard members have begun arriving at the Mexican border with more on the way as the government tries to control illegal immigration. 1,600 troops were committed to the border on Monday to fight what President Trump calls a crisis of migrant crossing and crime. According to the president's proclamation, the governors who have sent troops will have control while the U.S. government covers the cost. The Trump administration has stated due to the increasing amount of people being caught at the border, immediate action was necessary. And there are new questions about whether President Trump may try to force out the special counsel investigation, possible collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia during the 2016 presidential election. Mola Lenghi is at the White House with why a raid on the president's personal attorney's office and home has sparked the latest round of speculation.
President Trump appeared to muse about firing special counsel Robert Mueller during a meeting with military leaders Monday.
Many people have said you should fire him. Again, they found nothing.
The president's anger came after learning the FBI had raided the business and residences of his personal attorney, Michael Cohen. He's under investigation for possible bank fraud, campaign finance violations, and other potential crimes.
It's frankly a real disgrace. It's an attack on our country in a true sense.
During the Monday raids, FBI investigators seized emails, financial documents, and client communications, possibly including communications with President Trump himself. That prompted the president's tweets this morning. Attorney-client privilege is dead. A total witch hunt.
The FBI likely would not have been able to get search warrants to raid the president's personal attorney without the approval of Rod Rosenstein, the Deputy Attorney General.
Rosenstein is in charge of the investigation after Attorney General Jeff Sessions recused himself, based on advice from the Ethics Department.
He should have certainly let us know if he was going to recuse himself, and we would have put a different Attorney General in.
The president does not have the authority to fire Mueller, but he can order Rosenstein to remove him.
Will Rod Rosenstein keep his job?
Thank you all very much.
Mueller can only be fired for good cause, such as misconduct, dereliction of duty, or conflict of interest. Mola Lenghi, CBS News, the White House.
The Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons announced Tuesday that it will send a fact-finding mission to the Syrian town Goma, where a suspected gas attack took place. It was not immediately clear whether the announcement would avert U.S. military action against Syria. President Donald Trump has vowed to respond forcefully to Saturday's attack and warned that Russia will pay a price. Syrian opposition activists and paramedics said at least 40 people were killed in last weekend's suspected chemical attack and blamed the government. The Syrian government and its Russian backers strongly denied the allegations. And Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg testifies before Congress this afternoon to discuss the social media giant's mishandling of millions of users' personal data. Angelica Alvarez reports from Capitol Hill.
Dozens of cardboard cutouts of Mark Zuckerberg stood outside the U.S. Capitol Tuesday morning with the message, "Fix Facebook." Protesters set up the display ahead of the CEO's testimony before a joint Senate hearing in the wake of the Cambridge Analytica scandal.
Facebook has to step up, take responsibility for what happened, and tell us what they're going to do in the future to protect users' data.
Zuckerberg met with several senators Monday, the same day Facebook began notifying up to 87 million users whose data was improperly accessed by the political consulting firm.
I found him forthright and willing to want to turn things around.
According to his prepared remarks, Zuckerberg will apologize and admit we didn't take a broad enough view of our responsibility, and that was a big mistake.
Lawmakers want to know about other companies that may have also taken personal information from Facebook's 2 billion plus users.
I'm worried that Facebook really doesn't know and can't know everybody who is advertising on its platform.
The core problem is that Facebook's business model is to learn as much about you as it can and to sell targeted ads. That requires them getting data.
Zuckerberg is expected to outline steps Facebook has taken in the wake of the scandal, but it may not be enough to stop lawmakers from imposing federal regulations to ensure user privacy. Angelica Alvarez, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Lindsey Buckingham is set to go his own way as he parts with Fleetwood Mac. The band released a statement saying he will not be on their new tour and will be replaced by Neil Finn of Crowded House and Mike Campbell of Tom Petty's Heartbreakers. He has left the band once before in 1987 and then later returned in 1996. The 68-year-old musician released a duet album with a fellow Fleetwood Mac member, Christine McVie. And stay tuned, after the break, we'll have your weather and sports.
I used to write on my bombs, "Hitler, here's a gift for you. A gift from us Jews."
Well, I had seen all the footage of what the Nazis were doing, so I thought I wanted to get in there and do something about it.
They identified as Jews because they were fighting a people that were trying to destroy the Jewish people from the face of the earth.
Wednesday at 10 after Nova on Public TV 13.
And welcome back. I'm Ryan Gooch, and I'm going to be taking you through your weather for today. As you can see behind me, it is pretty sunny out, giving people just a hint of what's to come after the snow this weekend. And looking at your current conditions, it's sunny with a temperature of 39 degrees with winds coming out of the north-northeast at 8 miles an hour and a barometric pressure of 30.12 inches and falling. And looking into tonight, it's going to be cloudy with a low of 29 degrees and winds coming out of the southwest at 10 miles an hour. And tomorrow it's going to be partly cloudy with a high of 40 degrees with winds coming out of the north-northwest at 11 miles an hour. And looking across the UP, in the Sioux, it's going to be 40 degrees and cloudy. Manistee, 39 degrees and sunny. Escanaba, 40 degrees and sunny. And Menominee, 39 and sunny. And looking on the other side of the UP, Iron Mountain, it's going to be 41 degrees. Ironwood, 36 degrees and cloudy. Houghton, 37 degrees and sunny. And back in Marquette, it is 37 and sunny. Now looking ahead, Thursday, we're going to have a high of 36 degrees with a low of 27 and some snow. Friday, a high of 32 with a low of 23 and some snow. And Saturday, we're going to have a high of 27 with a low of 22 and some snow. Now, Caleb, we do have some sun out there, and I hear there's some sun for the Green Bay Packers as well.
Absolutely. You know, a lot of sun out there. Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, was on a philanthropic journey with his new race car driver girlfriend, Danica Patrick. The two were in India this morning and went to see the Dalai Lama at his residence, where Rodgers presented him a football and a Packers cap that the Dalai Lama proudly sported. The spiritual leader of Tibet posted a picture to his Instagram page showing him meeting Rodgers. Whether or not this means Tibet is now Packer country and whether the cheesehead regime has spread is still to be seen. The NMU and dive team have posted their successes over the 2017-2018 season, and it's quite impressive. Nationally, the team won 1 individual national championship and 8 honorary All-Americans at the NCAA championships and earned 6 All-Americans. The team had combined and set 11 new school records and 5 new pool records. The team placed 16th nationally and is the best finish since the 2013-2014 season and their second best finish since the 2000-2001 season. Good job, Wildcats. In an interview on Good Morning America, 24-year-old Paige VanZant, a UFC flyweight fighter, came out and told the story of how she was sexually assaulted at 14 years old. Paige described the assault and stated that it was at a party and since had suicidal thoughts. VanZant is a 7'4" and is a professional mixed martial artist. She joined the UFC in 2014 and won her first 3 fights, but has now struggled since, dropping 3 of her past 4 matchups. VanZant just released her memoir and details the assault heavily in the book. Well, Mason, looks like we got a little bit of trouble going on with the law here, and I hear you might have something on that.
Yeah, one girl definitely got more than she asked for applying for a job. A woman in Maine was rather shocked when she applied for a position at a jail, but then instead wound up in the jail. Christina Hefts applied for the job, and workers realized she was wanted for a theft-related offense. She was taken into custody and is scheduled for arraignment on Monday. That's all the time we have today on Public Eye News, but join us again tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
The preceding program was produced in studios located in the Edgar L. Hardin Learning Resources Center by WNMU-TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television.